Okay, you've cleared it out. I feel so bad that we missed out on all that lore, but at the same time, we can't endure.
Yeah.
I suppose the thing is, it was unnatural to grind up for it and then try to get all of them at once. It was more gradual when we just did things naturally.
It would have been nice if they made it so that you get support conversations really easily with everybody, just because, like, grinding for this takes forever.
It doesn't help that you have all the characters that you could have.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And so it's like, I mean, no matter what, like, you kind of have to do that for some of the cross-house ones, like Sylvain and Bernadetta.
Mm-hmm. Now, Sylvain and Annette's came as a suggestion. So
yeah, because apparently it's important for Sylvain's personality. And so I will say before we go too much further, because of what happened on that last mega episode, probably, it really depends on how I edit this, but still. But if there are any support conversations that I really need to go watch because they're amazing and funny or really, really interesting... Leave a comment and tell me, because I'll try and find those. Admittedly, I might still go back and record many of them. I mean, I've got half done at this point, but it's like, there are going to be channels dedicated to these, and it's going to be... I am not that kind of channel. And I know if I did the, like, all support conversations thing, like, I just have people demanding more of this kind of stuff and less of the, like, me just playing games and having fun. And we've crossed the bound of being a Let's Play channel to one of those, like, just game content channels, if that makes sense, and I'm not enjoying it anymore. So we're gonna watch this one, and we're gonna focus on, like, a couple of the characters that we really care about, like Flayn. We've pretty much already seen everything for Raphael.
I think we've seen much for Hilda. We've seen a lot for Claude as well and such, but we'll just stick with our mainliners, and if anything progresses...
And I'll try and farm a couple of support conversations with Claude specifically, but that's about it.
Hey, Annette, hitting the magic books again? Has anyone ever told you that you're pretty cute when you're studying?
Sorry, Sylvain, but I'm trying to think right now. Could you keep quiet for a bit?
How can you stay focused reading a book that thick? With such small print? Is some of that text upside down?
If I use the formula in this line here, the magical energy should... No, that's not right.
You're even cuter when you're working through a difficult problem.
Sylvain, I'm serious. Please be quiet.
Hang on. Look at the third line. You've got the formula wrong.
I said be... Oh, you're right. How did you know that?
Well, I mean, it's written right there.
Most people wouldn't be able to grasp this formula just by glancing at it. Have you read this book before?
Nope, this is the first time. Okay, now that I look at it... Wow, this book makes things way more complicated than they need to be.
And what's your take on this part here?
It's just describing another application for the same formula. This is pretty easy.
You know, you're actually kind of amazing. I've been studying magic for a while now, but even I have trouble with this stuff. You act like all you do is mess around, but are you actually working really hard in secret?
Nah, hanging out with girls is way more fun. I guess I just picked this stuff up somewhere. Life is short, Annette. If you waste it working hard, it'll be over before you know it. Get out in the world. Have some fun.
That's easy for you to say. You're strong and smart without even trying. It's not fair. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
No, I was just thinking you're pretty cute when you're sulking. You know that?
What is wrong with you?
Hey, I just got lucky with that stuff in the book. I'd normally never be able to outsmart you. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and leave you to it.
Got lucky, huh? I'm not so sure about that. Well, that does it. It might be tough, but I won't accept second place. Let's go, me. I can do this. I'm gonna finish this whole book before sundown.
So he's actually a magical savant?
Apparently. Okay.
I don't know, do you just want to skip battling? Is it even possible to skip a week?
Oh yeah. We can do seminar or rest. So we're just going to start resting. We could do seminars, but it only works on a couple of students.
Right.
Motivations. This works on everybody's. Yeah, so that's actually a 50% motivation boost. Okay, this will work exactly the way I need it to, kind of, sort of. Except for, I also just don't care about this part that much.
Well, then can't you, instead of doing things manually, wasn't there a...
There's an auto-instruct. I'm not as enthused about that.
Look at the auto-instruct button. It's there.
I know it is there. But I might as well actually... I don't trust it because it's probably stupid. I saw what the AI did to the characters before I got my hands on them, and...
Ooh, I see.
It was bad. So I'm just going to rush through this quick. And then rest, and that will actually help a lot. Let's see, Ingrid. Now, Ingrid's good. Sedith is good. Blaine's been perfect forever, but they've got maxed out motivation, so I guess I don't have much of a choice. Let's see. I guess I should probably keep leveling as flying.
Natural. You can also give them authority.
See, auto-instruct randomly chooses units and trains them in whatever units set in their goals. Does it base it based on motivations? Because that actually would almost work.
If it made sure that they're at max motivation too, that'd be great.
But
if it was just an optimization thing.
Yeah, like I really wish this was more about like automating your students' education as opposed to like directly micromanaging these things.
That's why I thought that you chose the two primary...
Yeah, I just wish this specific lesson plan, instead of those activity points up at the top, it actually just did it entirely based on like, hey, your professor level is this, therefore your instruction period time is worth this much more EXP. And just like this personalized teaching section was left to exploration only. Because that'd make more sense, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, it does it based on motivation. Don't know how it's supposed to...
I think...
okay, we can try it next week.
Yeah. I mean, I figure if it saves you time, and we're so close to the end of the game, I can just taste it.
What? Oh.
Someone's birthday.
Raphael's birthday, have flowers. I'm not even gonna do tea parties anymore. Sure.
St. Macule Day.
I don't know. I don't understand the point of these.
What's going on today?
It's just singing.
Oh.
I guess it's just a free singing period with two characters. I get a significant amount of authority experience. I've been maxed on authority since before the time skip.
Alright.
Do not...
I've got... That went well.
I am getting to the heart of it.
How best to... It's all instant.
Next free day. A lot of people are doing seminar. On the plus side, this means I can just start, like, using the Sword of the Creator constantly.
Thank you so much.
I delivered our letter to Fort Mercius. I don't think they suspected anything.
I knew I was right to entrust that task to you. You've got that honest kind of face that makes it easy to fool people.
Is that meant to be a compliment?
What did you write in the letter?
I informed them that reinforcements were on the way. It would have been suspicious for troops to show up unannounced.
So, the plan is...
We'll disguise ourselves as reinforcements from the Imperial capital and sneak into Fort Mercius.
Oh, you used my disguise plan after all.
We've also procured Imperial Army uniforms.
Ooh, good work. I knew this was the only way.
However, that alone wouldn't be enough.
You did say the plan needed a little more refinement. Are you going to dress up like Edelgard, Claude?
No, hostages.
I'm not sure that would accomplish
They're gonna
much.
pretend to be hostages.
In the letter, I included the name of the Imperial General leading the reinforcements. While we're heading to the fort, a separate army is going to attack us.
We're going to be attacked?
That's all just for show, though. It'll be our allies who are attacking us.
Oh, I get it. We're going to make it look like the Alliance is attacking Imperial reinforcements.
Right. When the troops in the fortress panic and open up the gates, we're in.
I'd love nothing more than for this plan to work, but I've got some bad news for you. Apparently, the notorious Death Knight has been placed in charge of defending Fort Merceus.
The one who kidnapped Flame.
The Death Knight. I did not wish to ever think of him again.
He got some acclaim in the battle to subjugate Western Fargus. They say he holds the most military prowess in the Empire.
Even so, we've got Teach here to command us. All will be well. You have to trust us.
So your big plan is to just trust your professor? Really, boy?
Under the professor's guidance, I'm sure we'll manage somehow. We're counting on the tactics you learned from Captain Gerald.
Prepare yourselves, everyone. It's time. Teach, this is for your ears only, but there's actually one more part to my plan. I had hoped it wouldn't come to this, but I have no choice.
No choice?
Absolutely. We can't afford to hold anything back. Thanks to Edelgard's strength, the Imperial Army is more unified than I would have expected. It was a painful realization, but after our battle at Gronder Field, it's clear that we can't win if we don't pull out all the stops. I also realized something else during that battle. There really is something special about you, Teach. The reason we were all able to keep our cool in the midst of the chaos was because we all trust in you, in your command and in your strength. Everyone here believes that we will win as long as we have you on our side. Our faith in you is borderline religious. You and I, we have what it takes to free Fódlan from the Empire's rule. I know in my heart that we'll make it through to witness the world after all the fighting has ceased.
That man approaches. Will Death's scythe claim you? Or will I fall to that sword of yours?
You're going down.
Surely the latter, Death Knight. Rattle!
Let's see. I was just gonna change this real quick.
Oh, so that you can attempt to use the auto train?
Yeah. I was just gonna set it so everybody is just doing authority and nothing else. Because everybody pretty much has gotten the class I want them to be. With the exception of her. She's got to do riding. I guess of my main crew. We're just gonna do authority. Authority and flying. Most of them are on the right thing. Let's see, she's on bow and authority. Probably fine. I just wanted to put everybody on authority because authority is how they get the higher level battalions, and actually getting those would be a very good idea. All right, let's have him on that in case I wanted to have him be a Death Knight. Not that I care too much. Okay, good enough. Let's see. Oh, we can't do anything else, so mission. Jell's in snack mode.
I was in snack mode, but Fort Mercy is said to be impenetrable. No!
Oh.
You continued before I could read the summary.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
My thank you so much.
While awaiting reinforcements, the Alliance predicts the Empire will continue to fortify its defenses at Fort Merceus. Knowing this risk, Claude and a select few advance, hoping to gain entry to the fort through deception.
You have my gratitude.
This month's gift recipients, Dimitri. He's dead! Stop throwing gifts at his corpse, you assholes! I really wish they did these online statistics based on what route you're playing, instead of just overall. Like, if you could switch between them. Like, your friends, your
Thank you so much.
route, and then worldwide or something like that. Yeah, hey, there's combat in this game, who knew? I actually have weird whiplash from all of this, because, like...
Now I have no interest in seeing another support conversation ever again.
I mean, I care a little bit, if only because, like...
I know, some of the characters getting to A, or A+, especially with Claude, because if you play another route, you can still unlock the other ones, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's also one of those that I can still go back to a previous save file and, like, super grind it, but...
But why? At this point, you would have... We've already wasted everyone's lives, 3 hours of it, including our own. Watching endless cutscenes.
It's true.
I love cutscenes in games, but
I like plot,
overkill.
and I like the characterization inside of the story. Like, I like these support conversations, but as the cast grows bigger and bigger, the more ridiculous they become. And...
Well, one thing I always thought is that they could have pared down the number of characters by a little bit. I really think that some of them have overlap in personality.
Yeah, like Lorenz and Ferdinand, the more I hear about them, the more I realize what they should have done is had...
Ferdinand is only a slightly more good-natured version of Lorenz.
Here's what they should have done. They should have had the 3 main lords, their 3 main retainers, and then 2 house-specific people, and then had a cloud of about 10 people, like 10 other students, that are house unspecific and just randomly thrown depending on your playthrough. Easy example, Ash, he's not really loyal to the kingdom or anybody, and he is like, he is just kind of this like. He never really seemed like he fit in with the kingdom, and maybe we just didn't have enough conversations. Raphael definitely does not need to be an Alliance character. It's not even particularly relevant that he's an Alliance character.
He and Ignatz were from merchant families.
Exactly.
They could have been from anywhere.
Petra, also kind of loose character, could come from anywhere. Cyril literally is exactly what I'm talking about. Mercedes and Annette, probably. You know, like, you can have a bunch of these characters that are not particularly loyal, and so they're just kind of loose students, and you condense it down considerably. And so that way, if you do the, like, I'm going to recruit everybody thing, it's a much smaller group, and you pretty much end up with the same students in every path. I guess that would make it less interesting, but still, I don't know.
But really, they didn't expect you to grind to get all these conversations.
I mean, they kind of did, because you have to get all of them, but it's just like... I wish this was easier, because it just kind of sucks otherwise. Okay. Anyway, let's pick our favorites, and then let's just be done with this. Let's see, Raphael,
Would you have rather that anyone that was in a battle with each other got a rank? But
yeah, actually, that would almost work best. Instead of support being based on actions, you just get, like, half of a support conversation rank every time you go into a battle. 6 battles, and you're at A. Or maybe it's 2, 4, and then 6.
Maybe it depends on major battles.
Yeah, that's another point.
Battles.
Like, each battle is worth a different amount of points. But that way you could get all of the support conversations really fast. That still doesn't mitigate the fact that
there'll still be a lot of conversations.
Sitting
but you
down,
could
yeah, you're right.
Them out.
Yeah, it would be a lot easier because, unfortunately, in the farm support conversations, the best strategy is to make a cube.
We stopped doing support conversations. Now we're talking about support conversations.
Because it's very fresh in the mind, and I'm kind of grump about it. Let's see.
We're at the battle.
Okay. Leone, Felix. I'm just trying to figure out who I want to bring. You know, who are my main brawlers? Ingrid's not very good. Sylvain's actually not half bad for a horseman type character. Like his stats are quite acceptable. Conversely, well, Catherine, if I remember it, is actually also really freaking strong. Eloise was pretty decent. Oh right, the orbital laser. Duh. Done. Okay. And do we have any character interactions that we're currently missing that we should probably do? Currently, I have Ingrid on Claude, because their conversations are almost done, though I didn't find myself caring that much. And also Hanneman on Lysithia. I guess let's take a look at Raphael, because I think he is our baby. And
He pretty much only has to speak with...
Marianne. Problem solved. Okay, so next up...
We'll find out if she does, in fact,
inventory items. Claude.
tell him about the bird conversations.
Claude needs a chest key. Alright, we've also got all of these. It's probably a good time to just divvy those out. Let's see. Am I bringing Sedith along?
Do you have enough keys?
I've got 3 keys divvied out. That should be enough. We have Flayn on that. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's take a look at the map. So, we came from there. Easy peasy. A lot of big brute. Jesus, this map is big. So...
That's a general.
Yeah.
The Death Knight's probably at the very end.
Yeah, he's probably over here somewhere. What the?
Wait. Oh.
Claude. Oh. Okay. Well, one, Claude is the wrong class. Also, so Sedith can get that chest in, like, lickety-splat. And Claude can get the other one pretty dang quick. Where the heck is the Death Knight?
Maybe he...
Oh, there he is.
Oh, yes, at the center.
And it doesn't look like he can move. So, same deal as usual with this guy. This time, he probably dies for good. Does he have the Dark Seal? He does. Inventory reclass. Claude as Barbosa.
Barbarossa.
My secret.
Okay, the last thing I want to check, does everybody have a battalion? No, Ingrid does not. Oh.
She doesn't have enough authority for it, or because she's...
No, she's a flyer.
Yeah.
Inconvenient. Let's see, marketplace. Do we have battalion guild hire for Ingrid? Well, that sucks.
Come back.
No.
Oh well, I don't really use her anyway. Let's see. Anything else for me to do? Probably not.
Battle.
General, reinforcements have arrived from the capital. They clashed with Alliance forces in the outskirts of the city, but should enter the fortress soon.
You let them in? Make haste and slaughter them all.
Huh? Why?
They are enemies. Slaughter them all. I will not say it again.
We made it in. Professor, take control from the south. I have my own task to do from here. There are preparations to be made for our secret plan.
Ooh, a cutscene.
I see your skills haven't dulled yet, kiddo.
What did you expect? Everyone, listen up! From now on, the Almiran forces will be fighting by our side. We'll work as one, and we will bring down that fort together!
Still bugs me that the Almirans look identical to...
Mm-hmm. They're wearing green, I suppose.
An impregnable fortress is a wide-open prairie once you get inside. From here, we'll attack from the north and south at once.
No different than a prairie, you say? You've got a strange head on your shoulders, kiddo.
For Nadir the Undefeated, this should be as easy as a walk in a meadow, right?
Ha! Well, goddess or death god or whoever they may be, let's crush them to dust.
Wait, wasn't there a thing about his mother punching out Nadir the Undefeated? Or no, the brother beat Nadir the Undefeated. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you move one of your units to the enemy reinforcement slots, you can stop them from appearing there.
But is that because her brother punched him out because...
No. His mother punched
At the ready.
him out.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
So
I'm pretty
is he a
sure.
good family friend or Claude's father?
I'm pretty sure Nadir the Undefeated is Claude's dad.
I was thinking
And the
that.
mother...
She punched him, and then they fell in love.
Yeah. No, they never fell in love. He just went along with it because, like, that's how Myrans go. You get punched out, it's like a proposition for marriage. The concussion just facilitates things.
In a number of works of mythology, isn't it that someone will promise to wed another if they can perform some task better than they can?
Maybe, yeah.
I think one of the oldest ones I can think of was Atalanta. She was the swiftest sprinter in Greece, I suppose, back in... Well, according to the myth. And so she said that she would only wed a man that could defeat her.
Shall we?
And this one guy fell in love with her, but knew that he wouldn't be able to defeat her with his own strength, or power,
Onward.
on his own 2 feet. So I believe he implored Aphrodite to give him some kind of edge that he could use. And I think she gave him these apples. And during the race, he threw them to the ground, and Atalanta couldn't help but pick them up. And it slowed her down enough that he won the race and got to marry her. I think that...
That's kind of cheap.
That wasn't fair. Not at all.
Oh, right. I turned off enemy animations. Let me turn that back on again. I've had these off for so long. I almost forgot what it's like for enemies to do things. Okay, let's just go over what they did. Okay, so enemy phase. Nothing interesting happened, I think. Yep, nothing interesting happened. Ooh, we don't need to go back and see that again. Instead, we're just going to go on a punching spree, because I think at this point, I outlevel them by, like, crazy.
I won't allow it.
People are comparing the custom to perhaps Klingons in chat. Yeah. The Klingons would definitely favor strength. People are saying the story ends with them becoming lions. In the old book that I had read, they didn't mention that, but it's interesting because I believe in a recent artist depiction that I saw online, I hadn't read the story per se, but some people have been making their own renditions of Greek gods because of games like Hades coming out. And I believe they did show her with a lion. So, the version I read didn't have them turned into lions, but that's also a common thing in Greek myth. Having characters either be immortalized as constellations, turn into animals, a whole host of things.
I feel bad for any of my non-flyers, because I don't think they're going to get to do much.
must lead them well. There's no turning back now.
I realize the main character is supposed to be like a swords master, but it's just so much easier for him to just be like a battle mage. Are there any better hybrid classes along the way? Oh well.
That's a big help.
Another victory.
Now, the Almirans were said to be people that would carry out raids and...
Just for the glory of combat.
The glory of combat. I think they were even the kind to, if they were felled, would say that it was a glorious end.
Yeah.
And I believe it was Cyril that said he didn't understand that.
Yeah. Or
because it left so many.
Much.
Well, it left so many orphans. He said.
Yeah. Which he was not a fan of.
Right. He didn't see why parents would, in the name of glory, have their lives prematurely ended and have their families torn apart.
Okay. X, you're just gonna go out this direction. For unclear reasons. The horse destroyer will go this way.
I think it's great that the Alliance has the aid of the Almirans.
Yeah. I mean, Claude's main goal seems to more or less be like, hey, we don't need to be in this, like, weird eternal war forever, because that's stupid. And, hey, you know what? It's right. It is kind of stupid. And so, that more or less seems to just be the case. And so, obviously, one of his main goals is just to get everybody together.
It makes me wonder what Dagda's like, in comparison.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the people of Dagda seem to be also mortal enemies, but infrequent ones. Like they come from a greater distance across the sea.
Dagda is where Shamir's from, right?
Yes.
That's an island off of Empire territory.
Right, but even further than Brigid.
They're like right next to each other.
Oh, okay.
When you see the map, you can see two like kind of continent islands.
Oh, okay.
It's just those two. Wow, double crit. Dang.
How about a curtsy?
Now, are you skipping all of the enemies' phases?
No, I'm just going past them faster.
But you're doing that manually so that in the instance the Death Knight, say, starts to move where...
I don't think the Death Knight will move.
He never does, but... one can't be too cautious.
Alright, next.
Anyway, so we're supposed to be getting like infinite reinforcements from here. That's fine.
Sorry.
I'll just accept that. Let's see. Did I bring a bow along? I almost should have brought a bow. What do I got? Thunder?
Thunder would leave him with 1 HP.
Bolganon.
Bolganon, however, does not.
Well.
Let's see. Bob Leone.
Is that a general she's going to be taking on?
There is much.
Is that a what who?
Is that a general that she's next to, or just an archer?
That guy over there with the axe is a general. This is an archer.
Okay.
But like, I believe almost all of my characters, if not all of my characters, are more than a match for pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm. And she has flight now, so. But I'm surprised you're having these characters.
Might get dicey.
Yeah, off on their own, especially against the beasts.
I'm gonna go right there. I mean, in a lot of cases, where in the world? Go back. I feel bad for Hilda. I love Great Knights. Great Generals? I don't know.
But you can only move so far.
But yeah, they're so slow. In the Game Boy Advance games, I didn't feel like they were as slow. I think a lot of that just had to do with the fact that, I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that, like, the maps were smaller, probably memory-related issues. After he moved there.
The time is ripe.
Report! The Death Knight is moving. It looks like they're abandoning the fortress and making an escape.
We need to put an end to this here and now. Come on, let's circle around and cut off his retreat.
Oh, that's interesting. He will move.
There's no turning back now.
That's like the worst direction for him to go. I was hoping I could get, Well.
So what are all the blue marks versus the magenta ones?
The magenta
one
is where he's
going.
escaping.
What about the blue?
Blue is where reinforcements are coming from.
So we have to defend those points? Or...
I'm not dying here.
Well, we've got to... I'd like to kill...
You want to strike down the Death Knight?
Yeah.
Oh, was the ballista firing on him?
There's a magic ballista in this one.
Oh.
Okay, so he's going to be working there. But yeah, in the Game Boy Advance games, you could also pick up Fortress Knights and move them, as long as you had, like, a heavy enough character to do so, which is really nice, because it's like, oh, hey, just catch a ride. It also allowed you to, like, rescue severely injured characters, so say your healer takes a bad hit, you could just pick them up and bail with them. It was real nice. Okay, question is, can she hit? No! Wait, secondary question, Flame. Just rescue. I want... Okay, there we go. Okay, so in that case, we should probably do other things first. Kill that monster.
That'll save the Almirans.
Yep. Do we have an interesting general up there? Not overwhelmingly. Let's see if I can kill him. Buffy.
Sorry.
He's
oh,
dead
but
anyway.
a crit.
Yeah.
Nice. Well timed.
Because, yeah, Hilda did literally nothing here. Same thing with Sylvain. Like, it really is flyers that end up just wrecking everything. Bit of a shame, but oh well. Okay, attack. Training gauntlets. Yep, he's not surviving.
Only thorns left on this rose.
There we go. Yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit of EXP here, seeing as these guys are still worth an amount. So what level are they? 35. Not terrible. He's got a Brave Axe that I would have liked. But...
So... Oh, you're just cleaning up everyone else before the Death Knight?
Yeah, because he's going to have to go past Claude and Leone anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Which means he can't get away. The real question is... Is she the only one left? Real question is, can Lysithea destroy him? The answer is...
At the cost of her own life.
No, not at the cost of her own life.
Oh, because she attacks first. Bet you didn't bring Mercedes here.
Yeah, she wouldn't have made it.
If you desire to slay me, follow. The appointed hour is at hand.
He's hiding something. It's annoying to do what he's telling us to, but we don't really have a choice. After him.
So even though you intercept him, he still escapes.
Yeah?
It is coming. Leave now, or all of you will die.
Big laser?
Wait, aliens?
Or dragon.
Wait.
Or laser.
Are the monsters and crests just from something out in space?
Didn't I say aliens a long time ago, potentially? Wait, are those missiles? Do they have nuclear weapons?
I don't know.
What just happened here? The fort. It's just gone.
Because I thought that they were
thank you so much.
creatures from another realm or creatures from elsewhere. Could dragons fly across space?
Hey, kiddo, what was with that javelin of light?
Javelin of light. Well, that describes it pretty well. The fortress was supposedly impregnable, but look at it now. It's hard to imagine that the Empire would do something like that. But if not them, then who? And for what purpose? If they wanted to kill us, then why wait until now to use it?
We almost died just now, and without an answer to any of that. Speaking of unanswered questions, why is Nardell here? Care to explain? I get the feeling there's something you two are keeping from us.
I'll go ahead and see my subordinates off to Elmira, kiddo.
Wait, Nader! Are you really just gonna leave me here and run away?
I hope to see you again, Judith. And you too, Professor. I'll be praying for your safety.
Nader, are you saying that Nardell is actually Nader the Unstoppable?
Unstoppable?
Wait a minute. So
Okay,
they
so
don't know
Judith
each
is
other?
not his mom.
No.
Good.
Okay, so
So this
maybe
is...
she's legitimately an aunt? No.
Yeah. Or, well, might not be an aunt. I think he might just call her auntie.
She might be a family friend.
Yeah.
So, I'm confused.
So, Nader is probably his dad.
Yeah, but then people were saying that we've already met Claude's mom.
We'll find out as we go along. Or, I don't know. Let's just keep going.
Okay, we'll keep going.
Unstoppable?
It's actually Nader the Undefeated. Almirans love grand titles.
I knew he was no ordinary person, but to think he was the great hero of Almira.
Hey, can we really afford to be chatting right now? If another one of those javelins of light falls, we're all dead.
Claude, there are things I wish to ask you, but first we must hurry and withdraw.
Right you are. Come on, everyone. Let's hurry up and get out of here.
Claude, it is time for you to explain. Why are you so close with an Almiran general?
Well, he did quite a bit for me when I was younger.
When you were younger? So, before you joined House Regan? How and where did you meet him? There aren't many opportunities to meet a general from Almira in Fódlan.
If that's what you believe, it's only because that's what you've been led to believe. After all, we have Cyril here among our allies, and he was born in Almira.
Hey now, don't drag me into this.
There's a big, wide world outside of Fódlan, and it's overflowing with different places and cultures. You think interacting with outsiders is odd, but isn't avoiding contact with the outside world far more unnatural?
Don't change the subject, Claude. To the people of the Alliance, the Almirans are...
It's true that there's a history of hostility, but why should that mean we're doomed to remain hostile forever? The Almirans aren't monsters. Just look at Cyril. Does he look like a monster to you?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Right, Teach? What did you think when you met Nader?
Nice beard.
I'll tell him you said that. And I'm sure that if all of you got to know him, all of your preconceived notions would change too. I know you guys, and you aren't the type of people to reject someone without trying to get to know them.
But how did those Almirans even get past Fódlan's throat? I doubt my brother would just let them pass without saying anything.
Yeah, about that. I actually made sure your brother met Nader in advance.
What? Lord Holst met with an Almiran general?
Oh, so that's why you were so interested in my brother. But wait, they're supposed to be bitter enemies. They've fought each other several times before.
I know, it was a big gamble. But rather than having me try to convince them myself, I knew it would be easier to just have them meet. They were taken aback at first, but sure enough, they hit it off. They were even drinking to their newfound brotherhood before parting.
It makes sense. If you take the greatest heroes away from the battlefield, of course they'll get along.
Fighting one minute and drinking together the next? Men are so weird.
Ultimately, someone's bloodline has nothing to do with the friendships they forge. Relations between the Alliance and Almira is a matter we'll tackle in the future. Still, I want to take this opportunity to make one thing clear to all of you. After we defeat the Empire, I intend to tear down the walls that separate Fódlan from the outside world. I want to let people and goods come and go freely, and in doing so, eradicate prejudices about the outside world.
Huh?
Would it even be possible to achieve such a thing? It directly contradicts the Seiros tenets.
Does it? I'm not so sure. In any case, I'm prepared for the inevitable protests and criticism. New ways of doing things are always met with resistance. During our time at the Officers Academy, all of you overcame the barriers of birthplace, status, and ideology. Having gone through so much with all of you, I have no doubt that, in time, you'll understand.
I guess there were a lot of different people there. People we wouldn't have met through the normal course of our lives.
Duscur once opposed the kingdom, but there was someone from Duscur there. Brigid once invaded the Empire, but the Brigid princess was there. We ate at the same table as those people. Sure, sometimes we didn't get along, but other times we helped each other out. Can we really draw a definitive line in the sand and say one group of people is all good and another all bad? If I can realize my dream, Fódlan will be reborn. The old age will end, and we'll welcome a new dawn.
But if...
Save your objections for another day, Gloucester boy. That said, there are more pressing matters to discuss. Our next step is to invade the Imperial capital, right?
That's right. I'm sure Edelgard is eagerly awaiting our arrival in Enbar. Reinforcements from the Alliance Lords should arrive soon. Let's make sure we're ready to greet them.
Well then, Death Knight saved everyone?
I mean,
From a
the
fiery
weird thing
death?
is he's not a bad
Part
guy.
2.
He just likes
Verdant
fighting.
Wind. Garland Moon.
Well, also he may
The chaos of war.
have been killed and then forced to join the Empire.
Claude's plan to call in Almiran forces succeeds, and the
That's a
Alliance
proud
army
ram.
captures Fort Mercius. Before they can celebrate their victory, javelins
Oh,
of light
stand
rain
in
down
the
from the sky
dome.
and destroy the fort. Forced to temporarily evacuate, the Alliance army regroups at Garreg Mach until it is ready to march on Enbar, the Imperial capital.
And you're right, that ram did seem very regal.
He's just like, I got all these sheep. Yeah!
Oh, Wander.
Who's up for lamb?
wonder.
Because we got some cooking.
It's almost time to invade the Imperial capital. We still don't know where Rhea is, but if she's alive, she's likely in Enbar. Hopefully we manage to find her without too much trouble.
I was about to say, that is so lewd.
That was bad.
The you and the bad.
I've been making bad puns all night. Need to save her quickly.
I know, but if we're not careful, she'll just be whisked away again. I'm sure you must be anxious to see her again.
All I care about right now is saving her. I need to see her again. God, why can't we be affable? Like, I don't care about Rhea. I really don't. She's creepy as shit. Oh well.
I understand. You need to see Rhea again so you can figure out who you really are. But we're going up against Edelgard here. It won't be so simple.
Our next stop is the Imperial capital. We've sure come a long way.
What are you talking about? This is Garrick Mach. It's where we started.
I didn't mean literally, Raphael. I was speaking symbolically.
My earnest desire to protect the Alliance has carried me this far. It will not fail me. I am sure the rest of you all have your own reasons to fight as well. Of course, I understand that the fight will not end until we defeat the Empire. And now the time has arrived at long last to march on the Imperial capital and defeat the Emperor.
It really gets you thinking, doesn't it? We all come from different places and have different goals and dreams. But thanks to those two, we were all able to come together and overcome all sorts of challenges.
You are referring to Claude and the Professor, I assume? Even within our own odd group, those two are particularly unusual.
Oh, so you are aware that you're odd.
Well, it was simply a figure of speech. I am speaking about Claude and the Professor right now. They're like the wind and the trees.
Huh? Claude and the Professor are? What does that even mean? And who is which?
Oh, I was just thinking that if we're the birds, then those two are like the trees and the wind. The Professor is a great tree that kindly embraces us and watches over us as we perch on its branches. And Claude is like the wind, pushing us forward as we soar across the open sky.
The metaphor about the Professor is solid, but I think Claude just blows us around on a whim. Still, we owe him a lot.
I think that's beautiful, Marianne. I can really picture it. When this war is over, I'd love to paint a picture of those two. Oh, and of all the people we've fought with as well.
You mean like a historical painting? I like that. Maybe our descendants will look at it a long, long time from now.
I must say, that piques my interest. I look forward to seeing how you portray my valiant efforts.
He's just thinking about descendants. He cares not for paintings.
I'm wondering if you had people die throughout the game, what would happen to these cutscenes? Would they be greatly shortened?
I don't know. That'd be interesting. Just like an all casualties run, just to see what changes. Oh,
I don't know.
That'd be bad.
When you put it that way, we may be witnessing one of the greatest events in Fódlan's history. It's a lot of pressure, but the sense of duty I feel is even stronger than the fear.
I'm just happy to be here with all you. I won't get scared, no matter what we face.
We have our goal. Enbar, the Imperial capital. Let's get to work.
Oh?
This may seem a bit sudden, but I want to thank you, Professor. That is, for letting me live my life the way I want. I've noticed you've been giving me fewer of those soul-revealing gazes lately. I appreciate you making an effort to not trouble yourself over who I spend my time with.
I don't. What? What? Wait, fewer of those soul. What?
We're not creeping on her for, like, chasing after men.
Ah.
So you found me out.
Well, of course. Did you think I wouldn't notice? It's kind of sweet in its own way. Professor, may I tell you a story about when I was younger? I was an orphan, living in the back alleys of Enbar, until one day I was overheard singing. That was when my new life began. I was suddenly a songstress in the Mittelfranc Opera Company. Performers, nobility. I met so many people. But none of them ever really knew me. I was just some young, pretty girl who could sing. A spectacle to be admired. Even though everyone praised my looks and my voice and they showered me with gifts, I knew one day I'd be old. My looks would fade, my voice would change. I wouldn't sound the same. And I started to wonder, when I did get old, what would I have left? I'd be old, alone, and back on the streets of the capital, right where I'd started.
And now you're an orbital laser. I don't believe that's true.
You can never be certain about what the future will bring. I never had much to begin with in life, and I worry that one day I'll be that way again. That's why I keep searching for someone who will love me. Someone unaware of the songstress, who can love a girl that used to be scared and alone on the streets of the capital. I wonder if such a strange person can even exist.
Sylvain, have
Thank
flowers.
you so much.
Alright, and what time is it now?
It's 12:30. We could get another chapter done.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
If we're just going through it?
Yeah.
Do we have enough people for it?
What do you mean, enough people?
How are things going?
Oh, you mean like viewership-wise? Nah. I honestly don't care. The only thing I care about is not starting with Fire Emblem. From a purely business perspective, starting with long story-based games is rarely a smart idea.
Because Wander was sort of... I don't
bemoaning
wanna say,
a little bit.
Oh, just yesterday.
Well, so it's one of those where it's like,
Because you're like, we started off with Fire Emblem, so...
So... I do hate that I have to do, like, audience math to justify whether or not I play things. Not sure if I need many more of these gifts, but I'm gonna grab them anyway. But it's one of those where it's like... I would like
I feel
to...
bad. If anything, I know that the people that have remained are the ones that either don't care about spoilers or they have been watching much of the time. Because I know that some people have come on and they go, wait a minute, this isn't at all caught up with the YouTube episodes. And it's just the disparity between what we've accomplished for the stream versus what's up on YouTube is...
It's massive.
It's massive.
It's actually problematic.
And for someone to watch all the VODs, they have to religiously watch several hours worth each day, and...
Yeah, if it weren't for PAX coming up, and Oninaki, and Astral Chain, and RE Legend, and Remnant from the Ashes...
this fall is going to be chock full of things that you wanted to play.
Yeah, and it's like...
And many of them are JRPGs.
Yeah, a number of them are JRPGs, some of them that I'm really excited for. Some of them, like Oninaki, I know isn't going to be as good as this, but it's going to be more suited for our channel, which is voice acting, adventure, plenty of time to actually talk about the game. Unfortunately, these are just pictures, aren't they?
Bizarre plots.
Come on, look at that.
Oh, I know, I noticed the
That is so
texture
tacky.
that's...
That is so tacky. Whatever. Let's see. But it's one of those where it's like, I would absolutely love to give this game the time it deserves, but I straight up can't. Like, my life does not... my life does not support, like, 100%ing games. Maybe someday, but, like, it's also one of those where it's very hard for me to care about 100%ing a lot of this.
It depends, too, on how long the game is, because if it's a 10-hour game, 100%ing it is fairly reasonable.
Yeah.
If it's an 100-hour game,
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I say I like shorter games, because it does let me go nuts on them. I really enjoyed, well, Nobody Needs Food.
Rain up, I suppose. And with people you want to forge bonds with, specifically.
Nope.
Have you gotten to A rank with Flame yet?
No. I don't think so. Which is a little shocking, considering.
Yeah, see? We need to get to A rank with Flame.
Okay, Leonie and Sylvain. You know what? I want to see that one.
I do. Except it's only going to be a B. Right?
Yeah. Oh. Shoot.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's fine. We're just gonna skip it. I did the cardinal sin. But it's the cardinal...
The merchant voices were turned off.
Yeah, it's the cardinal doesn't actually matter. Because we can just go out to the main menu. And go watch it.
We don't need to watch it now, I suppose.
Yeah, we can watch it later.
It's just a shame.
It is a shame. Okay, what are the other support conversations? Oh! Ah, it's Felix.
Oh, Asithian and Felix? Well, what were they arguing about last time?
Heck if I remember.
Felix! I've awaited this fated day.
You don't change. Still prattling on about it.
Aw, come on. I just want to hear what you thought of the cake I gave you.
Oh, right.
It was edible.
If by edible you mean incredible, then yes, I agree.
It was satisfying and lightweight. I imagine it would be quite useful as a battlefield provision.
Please refrain from lumping delectable cake into the same category as provisions.
You're upset and I don't understand why. I'm complimenting the cake. You cured my dislike of sweets. For that, I thank you.
You have an interesting way of giving compliments, but I'm glad you liked it.
Yes. Got any cakes on you?
You say that as though I just carry cake on me at all times. Did you want some?
That's not what I meant. If you baked a cake, however, I wouldn't object to eating a slice.
If cake is what you want, you can just ask me directly. It just so happens I have a brand new recipe I tried out, special for you. It's delicious and not overly sweet. Perfect for you.
Okay.
Go on, take a bite. You love it, I can tell. Here, try this one out too.
How many cakes are there?
See? So amazing, huh? Just keep working on that sweet tooth of yours. Then we can share cake notes together and eat cake together all the time. That is, it just sounds nice is all.
Okay. That does sound nice.
This seems so out of character for Felix.
Yeah. That felt weird and wrong. Okay.
Oh my.
I see.
Okay, we can talk to Claude.
My friend, the reinforcements the Lord sent are finally gathering. Truth be told, but that weird
Nope,
pillar
I
of
don't
light
care.
changes things.
Boy.
It's pretty scary, honestly. I wonder what it is.
Some kind of magic.
Makes sense. But whatever it was, I've never seen destructive power quite like it. I wonder where it came from. Well, I guess pondering it is a waste of energy for now. Let's just get ready to move out. The capital is Edelgard's domain, so she has the advantage. It's going to be a tough battle.
I wonder if this mega cannon is situated in Enbar. And it fired upon Mercius as soon as it realized it would fall. And that the enemy was in there.
Nah, it looked like it was up in space.
But
my assumption is there's some kind of space station thing.
Invading the capital and care to share your thoughts, Professor? You say, although for...
That's...
Where's Flame?
Right.
I don't know.
Well, I want us to get A rank with her.
What will happen?
We will.
And
I
with
was just gonna get,
so that we can uncover more about our identity.
Sure. We're A rank with Sedith.
We are?
Yep.
Oh, alright. Didn't he just allude to someday?
Yeah, we got A
you'll
rank
know?
with Dad well before.
He said, when we see Rhea again, then you will learn your true identity.
Yep.
It's like, no, Sedith.
It was an absolute tease. Anyway, we will go find Flame and we will gift bomb her.
It is indeed.
Okay, he has reason training. Just gonna get my magic up to A. Because that seems like a reasonable use of spare training. I really wish there were more professor activities. It could be nice if you could do like group lessons or something.
Where's Flame?
Out here. Flame!
Finally.
Okay. Wait, Flan? Flan? Flan!
I do love Flan.
I was born in Enbar. My mother and father met in a church there. Not too long after, I was brought into the world. I do not understand how war can happen in such a precious place. It is most regrettable.
Okay, Flame. Prepare yourself.
What is she like?
The flowers.
Wow!
Aw, forget-me-nots.
Wow! Wow! Wow!
Just inundated in flowers.
Wow!
Just dumping a box of flowers on her. Flame, here! She's like, ah! Stop! I'm really disappointed that...
But you can't talk with her now?
Nope, we have to move around for a bit.
We have to meander.
To the greenhouse, because this is the one thing... Oh, Judas is there.
Judas?
Judith.
Judith. Right.
Okay. As well plant while we're here.
And of course, Manuela's worried about the opera. Well, let's just hope Enbar doesn't get...
I'm getting sloppy.
assailed from orbit.
Would be kind of tacky. Anyway.
That Nardell guy, or Nadir, I suppose. It was all some trick, and we fell for it. I don't think the nickname The Undefeated applies if he flees from us. Though, maybe he only got that name by running away. Can't be defeated if you run off, right?
Yeah, so the implication is that Nardell is Claude's dad are just implications and no, like, confirmed thing, and pretty sure Judith is not.
Okay, so Judith is really just a family friend.
Yeah.
The mother has always been very mysterious and elsewhere. I mean, she could very well be in Elmira. Alright, Flame!
What's wrong?
Oh, hello, Professor. How nice to see you. You caught me off guard. I was actually just thinking about you.
Why the sigh?
Just a moment ago? Well, I am afraid I just do not understand you. When we first met, I sensed something different about you. Something mysterious. And now I am convinced your existence itself is very special. Thinking on it, I know it to be true. You have a crest that should have been lost long ago. You wield the sword of the Creator as if it is nothing. Your hair and eye color changed on that day 5 years ago, to the same sort of color as mine and my brother's.
What does it all mean?
I do not know. My brother refuses to speak to me of it. Since then, you have led us into battle, and thus far, we have always come out victorious. Your comrades and colleagues adore you. They believe in you, in your strength. I doubt there is a single soul who is likened to you. Who are you, really?
2 bored people in a chair. Or separate chairs, but still. I don't know.
I simply do not understand. Whatever the case may be, having hair like mine is proof that there is something exceptional about you. I may as well come forward with things. I, too, am unlike others.
How so?
Surely you recall when I was targeted, specifically for my blood? I may not be special in the ways you are, but my blood is rare. It seems the 2 of us share a special differentness. I also believe that we are bound together in some way. Of this I am certain. Therefore, I intend to stay by your side and watch over you. Your existence must be preserved at all cost.
I would rather protect that asparagus.
Certainly those are the words of a hero. Let us unite our powers. Together, we are unstoppable.
Show me your floof dragon form. I wish to know. I wish to understand.
That was... I don't know. I was gonna say that wasn't romantic in the slightest, but then again, she seems... I'm surprised that if she's ancient, how has she...
Mega sheltered.
Well, she participated in the war all those years ago and such.
Enbar's streets are paved with unhappy memories, Professor. I've avoided the damned place ever since I abandoned my nobility. Swore never to return. Now here we are. To return in this manner. Well, I can't say it is something I ever imagined.
So all she said in that conversation was...
I'm getting the hang of this.
You're like me, we should stick together. And everyone loves you.
Pretty much. I mean, that's what everyone has said. More or less.
But at least Dorothy and other people were implying things like, you can see past the fact that I don't have a crest, or someone can love me for who I am and not what I'm capable of.
But that wasn't romantic towards X, really, apart from, like, maybe you do, and X is like, good luck.
No, that's true.
We're heading up. I hear they got a neat opera house there, where Manuela used to perform. What was it called? Ah, my little sis
Mildew
always
plank.
goes, I know we can't.
Mildewed plank.
Some of those other options were kind of magic, but I don't care. Okay, I wanted to find Caspar. I'm training my magic and I'm training my punching.
Oh.
But God, I wish I could do this without having to find the person in person. It'd save me a lot of time.
It's such a relief that we've made it this far without having to fight my father. Hey, if he turns up as a reinforcement during the...
Oh, right. He
about his father.
He doesn't have fists. Whatever.
Once this battle is over, what will become of Fargus and Fódlan?
Peace.
Peace, you say? It sounds so foreign, so unattainable. But maybe, just maybe, my hope is for a world at peace. I believe those who
Meh.
so this we must win.
Man, wow, god damn. They really did spend a lot of budget on just extra lines. Kinda wish they had used that budget on cutscenes.
Cutscenes, definitely.
Like, this game desperately needed more cutscenes. Worked automagically.
Let's see it in
Sweet.
action.
I have a question.
I have a question.
I do believe...
Linguistic clues.
How do you find
Teacher.
someone to help you translate them, but eh. Birthday? Whose?
We have a
Loren's?
birthday. Lorenz, have flowers. I know you like to eat, but have flowers. So honestly...
Do not...
I've got this.
No, that won't do at all. I
Oh,
heard...
right, we don't need to...
That
I
went.
should probably just shutter group activities. We have, like,
I think
no
I've got
use for
the
them.
idea.
Another gain for... It's within...
I thought it was a way to get Lysithea and Hanneman to know each other
Oh,
more.
that's a good point. But I can also just, like, have Lysithea main Hanneman as the support and just have them fight.
No, that's true.
Okay, so while we're here, Lorenz did get Dark Knight after all.
Mm-hmm.
Hey! Lysithea could potentially become a Holy Knight or Dark Knight. Dark Knight. Yeah!
Nice.
Perfect.
You'll just
So that's
have
going to make her a lot more effective because
a whole
she's no
bunch of
longer
mounted
slow.
Units. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Marianne, can you become a Holy Knight? Good lord, no. Why did I even think that was possible? Ferdinand, nothing. Linhart, don't even care. Caspar, why would I bother? Bernadetta, could be a bow knight. Not sure why I'd bother. Petra, no. Nope. Don't care. Mercedes, don't care. Annette, don't care. Why am I doing this? What am I looking for? I mean, it would be nice to get Flame to be a Holy Knight, but whatever. Dark Knight. Just going for it. Hannah Man is still not a Hannah monster. Which is a shame. Well, he
Even
still is. He does like tons of damage. Eloise, I believe in you. War Master. Oh, that's actually a pretty good chance.
That outfit looks a little bit silly on him. Oh.
Yeah, I think the main problem is just, like, I wish you didn't see skin. And, like, the shoulder, the pauldrons were a bit better. And that'd be about
If
it.
they had pants, it would at least be better. I don't mind the bare biceps, but...
Okay. Then we could battle. But we're done with... Being done with those paralogs really speeds things up a bunch.
I mean, we're not done with paralogs, but at this point we should just battle
Well,
only when we need to.
Honestly, I was gonna say, if I want to get any more support conversations, what I'm probably going to do is...
go back to an older save.
Yeah, exactly.
Professor?
Because we could straight up beat this either tonight or tomorrow if we stopped faffing around.
Mm-hmm. Stop attempting to be completionist.
Because while it's fun...
Though Claude still needs some support conversations, doesn't he? But you don't...
But I can
need
also go
them.
back to a previous save and just farm those like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could just go on the main menu, look at the
That
support
went well.
conversations, and be like, sweet.
Yeah, the cycle has been interesting, but eventually the game becomes...
I've got the gist of it now.
Well,
This'll
I
be
have
how
this
monotonous.
I have this complaint a lot where many games the mechanics don't match the length. You know, none of the mechanics have changed on us since we started this playthrough.
The only things that have happened is your stats have gotten better.
Yeah, and like we got some new fun classes. Why did I? Oh wait, no, this is fine. Yeah, the reason why the armor looks really weird on Alois is because it's less armor than his like usual set, which just looks confusing.
Good fuel for a scheme.
Professor.
Let's see. But yeah, so it's one of those where it's like it's a very long game and you spend a lot of it doing busy work, and it is nice that you can just skip it after a certain point, but it's one of those where it's like it would have been nice if some of these things got faster or easier or like
That could
We
be what
got
the new
this.
game plus is for.
yeah, and it is kind of, except for it's not, because you only
I am getting to the heart of it.
Oh, right,
work to grow.
we need to go take a look at the
I see how this works.
Perhaps
For
I'll
the
expect.
statues?
Yeah.
You should
And
look at the statues.
next month. I mean,
Will
I
there
have
be
a
an
save
episode?
file
Mhm.
after we did all of the ridiculous support conversations thing. So,
Mhm.
like, I can just go back to that at any point.
But are we attacking Enbar itself? Isn't this quote-unquote the end?
What chapter are we on? No, we've still got 3 chapters left. 4?
But what-
19, 20, 21, 22. 4 chapters
At
left.
which point is it the end of all things?
21 and 22, I think, are back-to-back. Hanneman!
Oh.
Did you want something, Professor Hanneman?
Ah, Lysithea. Thank you for coming. First, I ask that you allow me to apologize. I fear I hurt you with my insensitive words. I have failed you, not as a researcher, but as a human being.
I'm the one who should apologize. I'm sorry for being rude to you. Anyway, I'll keep going along with your research. I have to be on my way now.
Please, Lysithea, a moment more. I did not call you here simply to apologize. I told you once that you were an exquisite subject for my crest research. Why? Because there are no records of any other person ever having borne 2 crests.
Correct.
We cannot say anything for certain about the makeup of your body. Therefore, it seems hasty to conclude that overcoming your shortened lifespan is an impossible feat.
What is it you're implying?
Lysithea, what is my field of study?
Crestology, of course.
Indeed, and the goal of my field is to unravel every single mystery crests might conceal. Someday, I even hope to devise a means to bestow a crest upon any who desires one.
Why would you want to do such a thing?
Because I despise this world in which the presence or absence of a crest can determine a person's worth.
Huh.
However, if artificially implanting a crest causes too great a toll on the subject, it would be useless. As such, reducing the strain of crests on the human body is one of my research goals. Understanding how to implant a crest might also lead to the knowledge of how to remove them, yes?
Do you think removing a crest could mean that they won't suffer from its effects any longer?
What I am trying to tell you is, the question of whether your lifespan can be restored is entirely within the scope of my research.
Could you really do that?
It is difficult to say for sure, but as long as the possibility exists, I will continue to seek it. Lysithea, let me ask you once more. Will you assist me in my research?
Professor Hanneman, I think I'm the one who should be asking for your help, really. Anyway, I'm sick of a crest determining a person's worth, too.
Ah, is that right? Perhaps you would even like to begin studying crestology yourself. I think you would make a fantastic apprentice. A life devoted to research is a noble life, you know.
If you do manage to restore my lifespan, I'd certainly think about it.
I will hold you to those words. Ah, I see a fine future ahead of us.